Hey everybody, this is Ted Check, recovering reporter. So this happened a few days ago, but I think it bears some examination here. The Associated Press. This is from Breitbart.com, by the way. Well, let's look at the headline. Fake news. Associated Press warps what Vance said about shootings. So JD Vance commented on the most recent school shooting. And says here the Associated Press ignited massive backlash. So it's putting the onus on the Associated Press by their actions. Ignited massive backlash on Thursday when it blatantly misquoted. I also like to call it selective quoting. Vice presidential pick JD Vance on school shootings. Apparently what the AP said was that JD Vance said that school shootings have become a fact of life, and they just kind of focused on fact of life. He did well. He said that phrase, but he said it when you look at it in the context of the larger quote, it makes more sense because just saying fact of life, I mean that kind of implies that well, throwing up your hands saying it's a fact of life, so we might as well just get used to it, no big deal. That's what that implies, just kind of a callous uh, outlook on it. What he really did say was, I don't like that this is a fact of life. So that's I mean it's way different. Okay, it's just decidedly different. But if you are a psycho and you want to make headlines, you realize that our schools are soft targets, and we have got to bolster security at our schools. We've got to bolster security if a psycho wants to walk through the front door and kill a bunch of children, they're not able. Makes far more sense than just that one little quote about fact of life hanging out there. And the Associated Press, I guess eventually they themselves experienced some backlash, and so they changed, um, they included more of the quote. I don't like that this is a fact of life. Um, yeah, okay, here it is. After significant backlash, the AP reversed its headline and reporting to say, quote, JD Vance says he laments that school shootings are a fact of life and calls for better security. I was to see that's a far more complete and far more accurate uh, representation of what he said. This post replaces an earlier post that was deleted to add context to the partial quote from Vance. Yeah, it was a partial quote. AP's not the only one. Look at this. Here's NBC. They still have it up here on NBC.com. JD Vance faces backlash for calling school shootings, quote, a fact of life. So they didn't even bother. NBC didn't even bother to change theirs. They've still got it up. Um, Unbelievable. I guess I mean, it goes back to what I say in my book is that they're playing to their base. And NBC knows that a certain segment of their audience is okay with this, so they're going to play to that. There's going to be people that are going to be upset at this, but those people aren't fans of NBC News. I think is what they're thinking, and so in that way, it's very limiting because what you would want to do, ideally, one would think, would be to appeal to as many folks as possible so that you could get the widest audience. And so they're just alienating a whole swath of people by pulling stuff like this. But apparently they don't care. I guess they're they figure that's all right. We're doing enough, and there's going to be a large segment schmegment. There's going to be a large segment that's just not going to tune into us, and so what? Let's not worry about trying to bring those people into the fold. I guess that's the thinking. I can't imagine why they would pull stuff like this, um, or that it either has to be that, or it's that they're just hell bent on ensuring that Trump doesn't get into office. So they're gonna do anything they can. Just yeah, any kind of let's bend the rules, walk the fine line, anything like this, they're gonna do it because their main goal is to prevent Trump from getting in office again. Yeah, it's reprehensible. It's not true journalism. It's not true journalism, and that's what I propose we need to return to is true journalism that is objective, accurate, um, and fair. So I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if these mainstream media companies are going to get it. It just seems as though they're blinded by their ideology, and it's sad. It's disappointing. It's very disappointing, and that's why I wrote my book because I feel that we need to get back to true journalism, and hopefully there's other people that agree with me. I hope so. Well, thanks for your time. Let me know your thoughts, and I will talk to you later.